In the timeless light of Valinor, among the immortal halls of the Ainur, stood Kurumo, a Maya of Aule, the smith of the Valar. Wise and ambitious, Kurumo was a being of immense intellect and mastery, particularly over the secrets of craft and substance. Within the forges of Aule, he shaped and studied, his understanding of the physical world surpassing many of his kin. Yet beneath this brilliance lay a quiet hunger, a desire to delve deeper, to grasp more than others dared. It was a subtle shadow, unnoticed by those around him, yet one that would grow with time. The call to Middle-earth came in the waning days of the Second Age, when whispers of Sauron's return began to trouble the Valar. Though Sauron had been defeated and his master Morgoth cast into the void, the embers of his malice still lingered, threatening to ignite anew. The Valar, unwilling to intervene directly and disrupt the free will of the children of Ilúvatar, devised a plan. They would send emissaries, beings of their own order but clothed in humility, bound to the limits of flesh, tasked to inspire and guide rather than to command. Thus, the Istari, the Order of Wizards, was conceived. Kurumo was chosen first. It was Manwë, the High King of Arda, who called him forth. Aule, proud of his Maya's talents, commended him as a fitting choice. Yet a moment of hesitation came when Varda, the Lady of the Stars, whispered, "I fear there is pride in him." Still, Kurumo was sent, bearing the favor of his master and the weight of expectations. Unbeknownst to him, another Maya, Alatar, was tasked to accompany him, and later 3 more would join: Olorin, Iwendil, and Parilando. Before departing Valinor, Kurumo journeyed to the halls of Yavanna, Aule's spouse. There, she gave him a subtle command. "Take with you Iwendil, my servant, for he shall bear witness to the growing things of Middle-earth." Though Kurumo obeyed, he did so begrudgingly, viewing Iwendil, later known as Radagast, as a lesser companion, unworthy of the grandeur of his mission. The Istari were not sent in their full glory. They were clothed in the guise of old men, veiling their true power to better walk among the free peoples of Middle-earth. Kurumo, now known as Saruman, arrived on the western shores, his form bent with age, yet his eyes sharp with cunning. Upon his arrival, he encountered Círdan the shipwright at the Grey Havens, who recognized the wisdom and potential in Olorin, later called Gandalf, and gifted him Narya, the Ring of Fire. Saruman, watching this exchange, concealed his resentment, though jealousy kindled in his heart. Saruman journeyed eastward, exploring the lands of Middle-earth and learning its secrets. He delved into ancient ruins, studied the remnants of Númenor, and sought to uncover the truths of the Rings of Power. His keen mind and mastery of lore earned him respect, and he rose to lead the White Council, a gathering of the wise that included Galadriel, Elrond, and Gandalf. Yet Galadriel, perceiving the darkness in his heart, favored Gandalf for leadership. A slight Saruman neither forgot nor forgave. His early missions were earnest, for Saruman was not yet corrupted. He traveled to the east and south, seeking to weaken the influence of Sauron among the Haradrim and Easterlings. He studied the movements of the enemy, piecing together fragments of lost knowledge. Saruman was particularly drawn to the Palantiri, the seeing stones of Númenor. These ancient artifacts, scattered across Middle-earth, represented a link to the wisdom and power of the past. In them, Saruman saw a means to extend his reach and gain dominance over the unfolding events. Yet his obsession with the Rings of Power grew. Saruman's focus turned to Mount Doom, the place of the One Ring's forging. He began secretive studies, poring over ancient texts and deciphering the arts of ring-making. In time, his search led him to the Gladden Fields, where he sought traces of Isildur's lost treasure. Though he claimed his motives were to thwart Sauron, his desire for the ring began to consume him. Saruman's choice to settle in Orthanc, the Black Tower in Isengard, was no accident. The ancient fortress built by the Númenóreans held within it knowledge and tools that suited his purposes. From its heights, Saruman observed the lands of Rohan and Gondor, weaving subtle plans to extend his influence. His voice, already powerful, became an instrument of persuasion and control. Many who came to Isengard left enthralled by his words, unaware of the subtle chains he had placed upon their minds. Though his initial intentions were noble, Saruman's pride and desire for dominion grew unchecked. He became increasingly dismissive of the Free Peoples, viewing them as pawns in a grander game. The seeds of betrayal were sown long before they bore fruit, hidden beneath the guise of wisdom and service. This is the Saruman of the early days, a figure of brilliance and shadow, whose fall was not sudden, but a slow descent into the abyss of ambition. To understand him is to see the tragedy of greatness corrupted, a lesson etched into the annals of Middle-earth. Explore the depths of Tolkien's world further, and join us in uncovering more tales of shadow and light.